could not. No, I'm in this room. I'm coming down on the bus, and I kind of feel like I was saying to some of the persons there that I kind of feel like we're at a LeaderCast reunion. Now, for those of you who don't know LeaderCast is the largest one-day leadership event that is held globally. It's based in the US, and I've streamed it in Jamaica for a couple of times at Pegasus. And when I call on some persons, to help me, like, it's so amazing. Like, I tell you I don't stress about certain things, because when I call on some persons to help me, like, they're always there. And even going forward, if I haven't spoken to them in a very long time, I can still call them and they're there. And so many of the persons in this room today are volunteers that have always worked with me on the LeaderCast project, and they're here, and I have to shout them out. Winsome, there is Zora, there's Andrea, there is Tyrone on video, and and this special person who I'm about to introduce is going to do or guest presentation or keynote presentation right now, a social entrepreneur, founder of The Next Step, and she's just a community person, an amazing powerhouse. You'll hear for yourself, an amazing powerhouse who I'm blessed enough to call friend. So Tishana Mullings, also one of the LeaderCast posse, who's always helping out. Let's make her welcome. Thank you so much, Tishana, for always being there, saying yes to me no matter what. I mean, this morning, tell you how committed she is. She has another presentation, right? And she had to be in another room for most of the time, and she's here. So she has done 2 presentations today, and she didn't have to say yes, but she did. Right? So thank you. The third one for the day. Just when you go understand why. Love you, my friend.
Good afternoon, Queens. I do want a queenly response. Can I try again? Good afternoon, Queens. Can I get a queen wave from everybody? Yes. I did live in the UK for 2 years, and I still work there, yeah? So you lot should just do what I say, yeah? Are you ready? Good afternoon, Queens. I love it. What I love about Jamaican women is that we're so dynamic. Do you agree? And in this room, when I look, I see every type of woman. It's like it's a reflection of the microcosm of Jamaican women. You know what I mean? It's like I'm seeing women who can cook. You're not cooking it, but some of you are just looking in your face. I'm a cook. You don't see it? You see it? You see women who can cook. I look in here and I see women who are bright. Like I just look in your face and I just know say you're bright. I look in here and I see women who are strong. Like you have gone through so much. You have carried the weight. You see those speakers that came up here first? I'm not going to the valedictorian yet, but those speakers, let me tell you, they were absolutely powerful. You said things inside here that moved me and that I will remember. Yes, when you mentioned about carrying the weight of the world, it was you and Kira, and taking care of so many other persons. That's like the tendency of a woman. Now, I only have 20 minutes up here, and so when I get excited, especially in a room full of dynamism like what I see here, I can go on. You understand? So I can come up here, and I can talk about engaging you lot in a very queenly way, yeah? And we can go right down there and come up again. I saw me work. So I love speaking in spaces like this where I'm allowed to be dynamic. And by the way, I'm a woman of God. And you know where I started speaking first? In church. And in my church, I want to go on and say, come on, and That's how we preach and go on, So I had to learn to go into other spaces. Because initially when I went to the other spaces, I start broke out, I feel come in back, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I feel jumping back all the time, but I guess in a space like this, we can just be, right? Yeah. So let me go to something very solemn and slow first, and then we can go all the way up there. So we don't even have to miss the poet when I come today. We miss her deeply, but we'll try to bring some of her energy in the room, right? Cool, like everything I have in Heneka. And Heneka called me down here, so I give her everything. I'm laying it down. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. this morning because I work on a UK clock, and I had a 9:30 meeting UK time. So a long time up, So what you're getting is the tail end of all the energy we may have left. So I'm just lay it down, yeah? Look at the queen beside you and say, you look good. You can't tell your husband. Yeah, yeah, Tyrone, you look good, see, you look good behind the camera. You know what yourself. All right, cool. But to bring it down solemn, I don't know if Heneka understands how honored I am today that she called me to carry the keynote here. Now, I don't remember exactly how we met, Heneka. I don't know if you remember. Do you? Maybe something at Pegasus, I don't know, because we're always going into spaces where there are great people and following greatness. So we're from that body. And then, Heneka decided that she's my mother, and she's motherly. So we are friends, but she has that motherly nature. So something inside of me rebelled and I said, I want her to be just like friend and friend. Like me and friend and we're friend. And we're friend band, almost like sister to sister. But and there are many ways I needed to be mothered. And Heneka sensed that. And you were in a mentorship program with her. So when she sends something, she's going to cater to the need. Right? And her motherly instinct is very strong. So I'm trying to be sisters with her, and she's trying to be motherly friend. So I'm kind of rebelling in a kind of way. And it doesn't matter what. And Heneka is with time. And time is one of my struggles. So when she get mad at me, I'm like, why she can't understand? So people have to grapple with time and, you know what I mean? So I'm always but there's something that always loving Heneka deeply. I mean, I can call Heneka and say, I need to come down in your yard and just be down there for 5 days. And I'm just down there. That means everybody will ask her for going down her yard. Because of my room. Right? So we're friends like that. So I remember when I was in the UK, I was going through one of the darkest parts of my life. I was doing my master's there, but I was having a very dark time. All the skeletons came out the closet. And at that time, Heneka was having a dark time too. But I didn't really know. I started picking up little hints because Heneka usually, is active on social media and so on. But I wasn't sure what was going on, and I was kind of lost in all of that. So when I actually spoke to her was after the near-death experience. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I almost lost my friend, and I didn't even know. So I came back to Jamaica. I was on a panel, and I presented something. It was very powerful. But just before the panel, I remember one day I was speaking to Heneka, and she was reflecting on her legacy and all the work that she does. And I know about the work that Heneka does. And Heneka said, you know what? I'm thinking, if I had died in this experience, I wonder who would have understood my legacy, captured my legacy, and share that legacy with the world. And I think it could be you. And I thought, that's a beautiful honor, but it felt heavy, you know what I mean? To carry that and how could I make sure that I articulate that to the world? How would that mean that I show up at Heneka's funeral? Would I have to create a special podcast about the life and legacy of our work? I'm thinking, this is confession, because I don't know that, I'm thinking about this and I'm saying, this is my responsibility. So I'm going to take it on. So, yeah, and so at the event now, when she saw me speak, and I said, Heneka, you remember when you told me this? It's still on my heart. And she said, oh, you know what? I'm doing a mentorship program, and it is in Sandals. We're going to have the graduation. That thing she get excited, And she said, yeah, and you're going to be the speaker. And I'm like, wow, this is like me stepping into Heneka's legacy while she's alive. And you know why today I feel so good? I'm not carrying that burden to spread her legacy anymore, because everybody in this room will be carrying that legacy. So Heneka, We're not going to lay down any roses while you're gone, and I'm glad you symbolically gave her a bunch of roses today. Because, Heneka, you deserve them. You are good to the world. You have been good to these women. You have inspired people all over the world. You ever see the people that will come by Heneka podcast? Some people that, billionaires all over the globe. At a point, Heneka's podcast is top. I'm not talking about Jamaican top. We're talking about global. It's a powerful woman. Take roses, baby. You are powerful. You are powerful. And all of you went through life school. We talk about school in Jamaica, and sometimes the curriculum don't include all these things. You know what also moved me as I was listening? Sometimes when you have mentorship program, they usually target young girls who are teenagers or possibly up to 35. Women over 35 have struggles too. Women over 35 want to be mentored. If nobody never mentored you from your born till now, when you're 35, it means that the need gone. The need is still there. You're still looking, you're still searching. And don't bother feel like it doesn't apply to women who have more degrees and think them hotter than a thermometer. Because some of them are still struggling. I met the brunt of my struggle when I was in the UK, when I was looking at myself. Because a lot of us as parents, and let me take it to the last thing that's going to be deep, and then I promise I'm going to go a little bit lighter. Because you know what? I trust and believe. I have this belief, and this is what undergirds all of my practice. I almost believe that almost anybody can learn almost anything. You understand what I'm saying? You follow me where I'm going? Remember me say I go deeper and come back, you know. But when I'm going deep, I carry you. Because we don't want to lift nobody. You understand? Nobody is going to get left behind. You know what I'm saying? An education system, and some people still get left behind. You know what I mean? Like the people that went deep rural when I have no internet, no COVID, when everybody else learn and something.